An 12-year-old boy received 3 deep bows from every doctor in the hospital, a gesture of utmost respect in China. His story proves that even the actions of a child can change many lives for the better. Zhao Haoming was born in Guiyang, in southern China. Sadly, he did not get to live as long as everyone had hoped. In 2016, after his tragic death, all the doctors at the hospital bowed 3 times before him, a gesture of deep reverence in Chinese culture, traditionally reserved for deities, emperors, or truly extraordinary individuals. So what did this little boy do to deserve such an honor? Haoming was born a healthy child, full of life, and a source of joy for his parents. He loved playing with neighborhood friends, did well in school, and once said he wanted to become an inventor, someone who could build machines to make people's lives better. But life, as it often does, took an unexpected turn. When Haoming was 9 years old, he started suffering from severe headaches. He asked to leave school early one day and go home. His mother thought it was a common cold and gave him medicine to rest. However, the pain didn't stop. His parents took him to the hospital. After a series of tests and examinations, doctors delivered devastating news. Haoming had a malignant brain tumor that couldn't be surgically removed. The prognosis was grim. The doctors estimated he had only a couple of years left to live. His parents were shattered. Tears were constant. At first, Haoming didn't fully understand the life sentence he had just received. But as time passed, he began to grasp the seriousness of his condition. Despite that, he refused to leave the world without making it just a little better. Haoming continued treatment, took his medications, and went to school whenever his health allowed. He even changed his dream. Instead of becoming an inventor, he now wanted to be a doctor to save others like himself. Though still very young, he became fascinated with medical books, reading and studying them intensely. They shaped his thoughts and outlook. But his condition worsened with each passing month. He spent more and more time in the hospital, where doctors did everything they could to ease his constant pain. His parents helped him study right from his hospital bed so he wouldn't fall behind in school. His older brother and sister visited him often and played with him to lift his spirits. The family was not wealthy, and the mounting medical costs drained their savings. Doctors performed several surgeries and tried every available treatment, but they could only reduce his suffering. They couldn't defeat the cruel disease. When Haoming turned 11, the doctors gave his parents the heartbreaking news. The tumor was growing rapidly, and he had only a few months left. By then, Haoming had come to fully understand his fate. And though he knew he would never get to fulfill his dreams, he was determined to do one final good deed. One day, when his mother sat beside his hospital bed, Haoming looked her in the eyes and said firmly, "Mom, when I'm gone, I want all of my healthy organs to be donated to others. I can't go on living, but I can help others live." His mother was stunned, overwhelmed by such a request. But Haoming repeated his words, calm and certain. "I'm still small. I have nothing else to leave behind. This will be my last gift to the world. One good thing I can do before I go." Through tears, his mother promised to honor his wish. Haoming smiled gently, as if a burden had been lifted from his heart. In June 2016, after a long and brave battle, Haoming passed away. His family and loved ones were inconsolable. But his grieving mother knew exactly what she had to do to keep her promise. The doctors were deeply moved. For a child so young to make such a responsible, selfless decision was nothing short of extraordinary. They pledged to fulfill his final wish. In China, organ donation is still rare. Most deceased individuals are cremated, and the concept of donating organs remains unfamiliar to many. Even blood donation is often met with hesitation. Haoming knew this. He had read about it in his medical books. That knowledge only strengthened his resolve. He would help those waiting in silence and desperation. On the final day, just before the organ retrieval surgery, the entire hospital staff gathered beside Haoming's bed. The doctors bowed 3 times, a solemn ritual reserved for the truly honorable. A few hours later, they carried out Haoming's last wish. His heart, liver, kidneys, and corneas were successfully transplanted, saving at least 5 people who were on the brink of death. Though Haoming never had the chance to become a doctor, he saved lives, just like one. His mother believes her son left this world with great courage and compassion, thinking not of himself in his final days, but of those who still had a chance. Hao Ming's story quickly spread across the country, touching millions of hearts. His extraordinary act became a symbol of courage and selflessness, a powerful lesson to many adults who had grown used to thinking only of their own worries. Because kindness knows no age.